Fun with Stories. This podcast contains audio advertising. To hear it without ads, download the Fun with Stories app now. Welcome to Fun with Stories, the podcast where words come to life through exciting adventures and laugh-out-loud moments. Every episode, we take a tricky word, throw it into a fun-filled story featuring your favorite fairy tale and folk story characters, and make sure you'll never forget it. So, are you ready to learn new words the fun way with Little Red Riding Hood, Puss in Boots, the Gingerbread Man, Snow White, and more? Then let's jump into today's adventure on Fun with Stories.
Bucket Blitz. This story is about a lazy gamer who grabs buckets to stop a leak and discovers chores can be heroic. Logan Reed woke to the gentle drum of Saturday rain and the bright glow of his game console. A chore list waited on the fridge: tidy his room, feed Rusty the dog, empty the upstairs bins. But blasting space robots sounded far more exciting. As he sneaked past the kitchen, Mika wrestled with a heavy basket of wet laundry. "Logan, you promised to help. Stop acting like a hedonist. Someone who thinks only about fun and never about work. We need every hand today." "After one level, okay?" Logan grinned. Mika sighed and climbed the stairs. The word hedonist fit Logan perfectly this morning. Wrapped in a blanket, he pressed start and let the game swallow him. Outside, drizzle thickened into a hard storm. Wind rattled the old farmhouse, but Logan played on until a cold drop hit his neck. He glanced up. A damp circle had formed where two ceiling boards met, right above the power strip on the floor. More drops spattered the strip, and the screen blinked. Logan's heart jolted. If rain soaked the strip, the console could die, and Mom could never buy a new one. He sprang from the chair, controller dangling. "Dad, the roof's leaking on my game. I need a bucket, quick!" Dad hurried in with his toolbox. "Buckets, towels, move," he said. Mika dashed to the linen cupboard. While Logan ran for spare pails, Dad muttered, "This is what happens when a hedonist skips simple jobs. If the bins were moved and buckets ready, we'd be on this in seconds." Dad wasn't angry, just right, and the truth stung more than sleet. Logan slid a bucket under the steady drip. It filled fast. He lugged the heavy upstairs bins downstairs, one chore finally done. Mika spread towels to stop water creeping toward the sockets. Overhead, the leak kept falling, a wet reminder of what a hedonist is, someone who puts pleasure first and duty last. "Logan," Dad called from the attic hatch, "I need another bucket and the camping tarp." Logan dashed to the cluttered garage, now regretting every messy pile inside. He shoved aside muddy boots and snack boxes until he found 2 plastic pails and a folded green sheet. Rain hammered the roof as he scrambled back upstairs. Dad taped the tarp beneath the cracked tile, slowing the flow to a faint trickle. Down below, Logan swapped the full bucket for an empty one, mopped puddles, wiped his console dry, and even fed Rusty, who wagged approval. When the storm eased, Dad climbed down the ladder, hair dusty but smiling. "Good rescue. Our household hedonist is turning a new leaf," he joked. Logan swallowed. "I really was a hedonist today." The word comes from the Greek hedone, which means pleasure. I chased pleasure first, but I've learned it feels much better after the work is done. Mika handed him the chore chart. "Ready for the rest, ex-hedonist?" Logan nodded. Together they folded laundry, stacked buckets where they belonged, and tidied the garage. Late that afternoon, the clouds broke. Mom stepped inside and stopped short. A bucket still caught drips under the patched ceiling, towels lay drying on the rack, and Logan's socks were speckled with paint water. "Well," she said, eyebrows rising, "it looks as if you two fought a roof leak while I was gone. And won." She gave Logan a hug. He glanced at the safe, dry console and the shining hallway. Whenever lazy thoughts crept in again, he would remember the day the roof dripped and the hedonist inside him finally grew up. And from that rainy Saturday on, Logan kept one rule in mind: finish the work first, then enjoy the fun.
It's recap time. Let's take a closer look at the new word you just heard. That word is hedonist. Spelling Hedonist. Hedonist. Meaning, a hedonist is someone who only cares about having fun and enjoying themselves, often ignoring work or responsibilities. Synonyms: pleasure seeker, fun lover, self-indulger, thrill chaser. Antonyms: hard worker, self-disciplined person, responsible person, thinker. Examples: Sean acted like a hedonist when he skipped homework to eat snacks and watch cartoons all evening. Or, the cruise ship was filled with hedonists relaxing in the sun with no worries at all. Learning a word like hedonist helps you notice when someone chooses fun over responsibility. Try using it this week if someone forgets the chores to chase the chocolate cake instead.
And that brings us to the end of today's adventure. We've explored a brand new word, had some fun with our favorite storybook characters, and now it's your turn to use it in real life. Want more fun stories and exciting words to learn? Download the Fun with Stories app for extra content, activities, and even more magical word adventures. Thanks for listening, and remember, words are powerful when you make them yours. See you next time on Fun with Stories.